Hey mom, coming back to school after a field trip always has a unique energy. Yesterday was full of stimulation, new sights, hands-on activities, and the freedom of being outside the usual classroom walls. Today, though, felt different. The excitement didn't disappear overnight. It carried into the classroom, and I could feel it in the way my students buzzed with chatter, and how quickly their attention drifted, and in how much effort it took to bring them back to focus. I spent much of the day guiding them back into the rhythm of school, reminding them to listen, to pause, and to return to the task at hand. At first, I saw this energy as a hurdle. A part of me wanted them to slip neatly back into routine, to leave yesterday behind so we could continue with the next lesson. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this overflow of energy was actually proof of something beautiful. Yesterday left an imprint. The field trip wasn't just a day of fun that faded away with the setting sun. It lingered and it rippled forward into today. Their restlessness wasn't disobedience, it was enthusiasm that hadn't yet found a new container. Their energy wasn't something to be extinguished, but something to be redirected. In fact, there's wisdom in their inability to compartmentalize. They carried their joy into the next day without hesitation, reminding me that life is meant to spill over rather than stay neatly boxed.
Where's the noise coming from? We're not getting lunch until we finish. I hope you understand that.
Each redirection wasn't about quieting the room. It was about teaching them how to balance excitement with focus, how to honor memories while also returning to the present. In that sense, today became less about the curriculum and more about life skills, learning to transition, to regulate, and to integrate. These are lessons that matter far beyond childhood. Adults too struggle with this. The Monday after a vacation, the return to routine after a celebration, or the quiet that follows achievement. We all know what it feels like to live in the echo of a high and to wrestle with how to come back down. Human beings, especially children, don't move in straight lines. We rise and fall, expand and contract, focus and wander. Expecting my students to shift instantly from novelty back into strict discipline ignores this natural rhythm. The perspective I gained is that teaching isn't about chasing constant productivity. It's about honoring the rhythms of attention and the seasons of energy that flow through children. Some days are about diving into new worlds, while others are about gently steering that energy back toward structure. Both hold lessons. Both are necessary. And perhaps the most important part is learning how to navigate the in-between. The ordinary days where patience, presence, and guidance matter the most. Field trips provide sparks of wonder. Ordinary days provide the soil where that wonder can take root. My role is to weave the two together, to make sure the spark doesn't fade into a fleeting memory, but becomes part of the foundation on which they build their lives. Because in the end, the true gift of teaching is not the information I pass along, but the stability, perspective, and grounding that allow children to grow into the fullest version of themselves. I ate dinner with the koi fish and that was it for my day. Okay, love you. Bye.